away from the Class B state championship game between Wahoo and Grand Island Northwest. Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Schmall. Joining me for the color commentator is Syracuse boys basketball coach Leon Bose. And Leon, we should have a good one here in Class B tonight.
Well, we sure should have, Jeff. We got the number 1, number 2 teams going after each other. Wahoo, 63 in a row. Grand Island Northwest, a lot of tradition, good athletes. It all builds up to should be an excellent close basketball game.
Wahoo, of course, has won the last 2 Class B state championships on thrilling shots right down at the wire. Let's take a look at the shots from the last 2 years that propelled Wahoo to their state championships. 6 seconds. Farmer drives. It's good. Timeout. We've only got 1 second left. There's 15 seconds left. It's back to a 6-point lead. Eddie way out. Yes! Holy cow! All the way down. It's going to be stolen. They could tie it up with a 3-pointer. Yes! It's going to overtime. Holy cow! One of the most fantastic finishes in the history of the boys state basketball tournament. Wahoo went on to win that game by 2 points over Pius in overtime. We'll be back with the starting lineups and more pregame activities of this Class B matchup between Grand Island Northwest and Wahoo right after this.
And show good sportsmanship.
We are back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, getting ready to introduce tonight's teams for the Wahoo Grand Island Northwest Class B boys basketball game. Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Schmall. Joining me as our guest color commentator tonight, our pleasure, Leon Bose, the Syracuse basketball coach. Leon, Syracuse team qualified for state last year, and he plays Wahoo. You get to see Wahoo a lot, maybe more than you would care to the last couple years, Leon.
Well, we do see Wahoo an awful lot. We're in a conference with them, so we play in regular season. And fortunately, the last couple of years, last 3 years, we've met them in the finals of the conference tournament. We beat them 3 years ago. The last 2 years, they've beaten us. And then last year, we played them in the semifinals of the tournament. But I tell you, I would take playing them in the semifinals of the state tournament every year.
Are they beatable? Can Northwest beat them tonight?
Well, I think, yeah, I do. I think they are beatable. Northwest has an awful lot of good, talented basketball players on their team. They have a little size in Hesselgesser. They got some good perimeter shooting in the Gordon boy and the Trions boy. They got great balance, good athletes. They got what it takes to match up with Wahoo. But then Wahoo, again, they have tremendous inside play, good perimeter players. They play great basketball on both ends of the floor. I think that's where Mick Anderson deserves his compliment. He's got a great talent, but he has a team that plays up to the talent. So it'll be tough for Grand Island Northwest, but it should be a great ball game.
You see the Grand Island players being introduced right now. The Islanders will start Steve Horst and Heath Olson at the guards. Pat Hesselgesser is the center inside. Jason Glines and Chad Gordon are the forwards. One of the biggest talks of this whole state tournament has been how good is Wahoo, Leon. A lot of people are saying they are every bit as good as the Class A schools this year. Your thoughts?
Well, I think that they would be able to compete very well in Class A. To be undefeated in Class A, I think that's asking an awful lot, because there's an awful lot of great basketball teams in the state of Nebraska, and Lincoln, Omaha metro areas. Are just, there's just a lot of talented people. But they hold their own with them. Jason Block is probably as good as anybody in the state. Randy Hoffman, a great worker inside, and great perimeter players, and Ryan Eady and the rest of the staff. So I think they'd be competitive, but to say they'd be number 1, I don't know.
There you see Ryan Eady, a 5'11 junior, being introduced for Wahoo. The other guard is Troy Johnston. Right there, Troy is a 6'1 senior, averaging 2.4 points per game. Here's the big guy, Jason Glock, a 6'4 junior, averages 27.6 points a game. Randy Hoffman, the center, Steve Boland, the other forward, and the coach for Wahoo is Mick Anderson. The coach for Grand Island Northwest is Dave Marin. Our officials for tonight's game are Marty Going of Omaha and Dick Morrissey, also of Omaha. And it is a pleasure to watch Jason Glock in this ball game. He is truly one of the best players in the state.
Yeah, I would think he'd have an awfully good chance of making a Super All-State team, all-class team, because he does it all. He scores inside, scores from the three-point range, great offensive rebounder, good defensive player, makes very few mistakes. He's a talented one.
And only a junior is Jason Block. Averages 27.6 points a game, only a junior, and he is getting a lot of Division I interest in basketball and football. An outstanding end in football. And I'm sure we'll hear a lot about Jason Glock, not only this year, we've heard a lot about him, but next year as well. A very fine basketball player. This is the Class B finals between Wahoo and Grand Island Northwest. Northwest in the black jerseys, Wahoo in the gold jerseys, trimmed in blue. This is the starting jump ball in this Class B state championship game. Randy Hoffman going against Pat Hesselgesser, and it's Wahoo getting the opening tip. Wahoo gets it inside to Hoffman, back to Bolin. That's Steve Bolin outside along with Troy Johnson. There's Jason Glock is short with his first shot. And coming down to the rebound is Chad Gordon of Grand Island Northwest. Northwest set up. Steve Horse and Heath Olson are the guards. Jason Glines and Chad Gordon are the forwards, and Pat Hesselgesser, the center inside. This is Gordon to Heath Olson, and Northwest throws it away. Anything Northwest, I'm sure they've got to get off to a good start, Leon, just to feel they can play with Wahoo.
Well, I think they do. It looks like they're opening up in a 2-2-1 press against him, and then I think they're going to drop back into a man-to-man. That's what they've been doing most of the tournament anyhow.
It is a man-to-man defense. You have to pay a lot of attention to Jason Glock. That's Bolin up top. Troy Johnston. There's Ryan Eady. There's Glock. He gets the ball down low like that. It's money in the bank.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Moran's got Olson starting defensively on Glock. He's going to have his hands full trying to stay with him.
2-0 as Wahoo breaks the ice. Wahoo a 63-game winning streak. Trying to get it inside to Jason Glines. And Glines is fouled out top by Ryan Eady. Ryan, a 5'11 junior. Glines a very nice basketball player, a 6'2 senior.
Yeah, Glines is. He's got a lot of talent. He's kind of their money player. When things come down to getting the line, goes down the line, I think he's the one that wants the ball.
Northwest inbounding the ball under their basket, and Hoffman steals it away.
There's that 1-3-1 defense they play, and those big guys on the wings.
And Jason Glock loses it on the pass from Ryan Eady. What is it that makes Wahoo so good, other than, you know, the talent on the floor? What do they do so well?
Well, they open up, now they're in a full court 2-2-1 press, but they'll drop back into a 1-3-1 zone, and they're putting Hoffman and Glock on the wings, and you put 6'5", 6'4", the arm span that these guys have. That's a lot of ground that they cover out there.
Glines on the baseline. It's good for Jason Glines. That ties the game 2 apiece as Northwest is on the scoreboard. Traveling, Troy Johnston got ahead of himself. Wahoo handled the pressure and had a numbers advantage, but Troy Johnson.
Wahoo likes to get it up quick. They just turned it over that time.
And Hoffman did not give it up. And coming the other way is Steve Horse. Horse gives off to Olson. No good. Underneath Hesselgesser. Nice rebound by Pat Hesselgesser.
Good offensive board. I think Hesselgesser's going to have a great game for him tonight. And he's starting off with getting a good offensive board there.
This is Jason Glock. 4-2. Northwest leads it. No one has come closer as Bolin drives inside. It's good by Steve Bolin, a 6'3 junior. No one has come closer than 13 points to Pius all season long, and that occurred yesterday in the semifinals against, or to Wahoo, excuse me. That occurred yesterday in the semifinals against Pius.
Right there is something they do very well. Get the outlet pass to Ryan Eady, and they love to get the ball up the floor quick.
They try to lob it inside. It goes off of Jason Glines' hands. So Wahoo will keep possession.
Yeah, they swung the ball quick off the break and looked for Glock inside there.
Wahoo's a tough team to zone against, too, because they can hit the outside shots. Boland underneath, no good. Hoffman comes in strong.
That's what Hoffman does best, hit the offensive boards. He does it all the time.
An easy 2 for Randy Hoffman. That makes it 6-4. Now Wahoo back in front by 2. Blinds, no good. And with the rebound is Jason Glock. Here comes Wahoo running. Johnston to Edie. He loves the three-pointer. Hoffman, what's it going to be? Foul inside on Jason Glines.
Well, Grand Island Northwest got to do a better job of getting back, as the transition game is something you have to stop against Wahoo.
Wahoo with a basketball and a 2-point lead. Edie up top. Boland down to Hoffman. Hoffman in and out. And the rebound to Chad Gordon. Here come the Vikings the other way. Olsen. Gordon gets rid of it. The baseline, that's Horst. Horst will take it from 3.
Northwest has good three-point shooters.
7-6, and traveling against Troy Johnston.
Good hustle by Olsen there.
There's a timeout on the floor. Grand Island Northwest leads Wahoo 7-6 midway through the first quarter. Stay with us. Well, if Northwest can hit shots like these, Leon, they could pull off the upset. A nice three-pointer by Steve Horst.
It certainly was, and not only he can shoot the three-pointer, but Glines and Gordon are also excellent three-point shooters. So if they can hit those, it'll be a great game.
Here's Northwest with a basketball. They get it across the court on the 2-2-1 zone against Wahoo. Three-quarters court pressure. Wahoo dropping back in that zone. Hesselgesser. Nice 15-foot turnaround.
He's off to a good start. I think it's going to be a good one.
Hesselgesser has 4, and it's 9-6.
Northwest press slows him down a little bit.
Glock from three-point land, yes! And that's what makes Jason Glock so dangerous, is not only his inside play, but his outside shooting.
Things like that are really hard to stop. I've seen that a lot in the last 3 years.
Ball inside to Hesselgesser. He's fouled.
Excellent job of taking the ball to the basket there. Hey, anytime a team plays aggressive defense like Wahoo, that's exactly what you want to do against it. Just go to the hole.
They'll whistle the foul. Let's see who they call it on. Troy Johnston picks up the personal, his first. And going to the free throw line to shoot 2 is Pat Hesselgesser. His first charity toss rims in and out. Pat, a 6'7" senior, big kid. And they're going to wipe up some perspiration on the floor. There you see Mick Anderson in his 14th year as head coach at Wahoo.
14 years at Wahoo, and before that he was at Ralston as an assistant for the late Gary Johnson.
Hesselgesser trying to break the tie, and does. It's 10-9.
Looks like Grand Island Northwest take the press off, just dropping back to a man-to-man now.
Ryan Edie. Up top to Volan. Nice pass underneath.
Excellent high-low post move there. Hit the high post, just dropped it off inside. Looked good.
All of Wahoo's big men pass the ball well, don't they?
Oh, they really do. Press hasn't hurt Grand Island Northwest too much yet. They've been patient against it and got the ball down the floor. Very few turnovers. There goes Olsen.
Olsen, no good from three-point land, but Glines has the rebound. Jason through the middle, no good. And Troy Johnston goes up high for the carom.
It's a great try. I tell you, Glines is working very hard out there.
There it is to Glock. And a foul on Glines. That kind of hurts. That is his second personal.
Yeah, they need Glines to play the whole game for him, because he's a lot to this team.
They're getting good weak side help, though, aren't they? They're really hustling over there.
They really are. The whole team is playing great defense so far.
Checking in is Todd Weiss for Grand Island Northwest, as Jason Glines will sit down with 2 personals. Glock at the free throw line. Yes.
He's automatic from that area.
He's automatic from a lot of areas.
Yeah, he is.
And there is Johnston with the steal. Tries to get it into Glock, and Glock is committing his first personal foul. And that will raise probably the biggest cheer of the night so far from the Northwest crowd.
Johnston caused a steal in the press there. He doesn't score much for him, but he really works hard on defense. He usually gets the job of scoring the best offensive man from the other team. Ooh.
A near turnover that time, but it went off of Randy Hoffman's foot. So Northwest will keep possession. Chad Gordon gets it inbounds to Olson. Heath throws it back to Chad. On the baseline, Horst. Against the 1-3-1, the baseline is what should be open usually if you get the ball there quick enough, right?
Yeah, if you swing it around, get the guy down the corner.
Oh, tough shot by Pat Hesselgesser.
He's doing a good job for him.
The diagonal pass breaks the pressure. Johnston will slow it up, and Wahoo gets in its half-court offense. Glock. Hoffman tips it away, but Edie can't save it.
Oh, it's going to Northwest. Must have been out of bounds before Edie got there. Or going to Wahoo, I'm sorry.
They'll give it to Wahoo. The Northwest crowd does not like it. There's Ryan Edie with a basketball. 13-12, Wahoo up by 1. Bolin on the baseline, and a blocking foul.
Looks like Northwest is going to a little junk defense here, maybe a little diamond and one or something like that out there, where they're chasing Hoffman or chasing Glock, and the rest of the guys are playing some zone.
I think Wahoo has seen just about every type of defense though this year. I know people have tried everything. Edie, the three-point specialist, Ryan Edie, hits, and that makes it a 16-12 ball game, just that quick. Inside of 1 minute left in this first quarter. Northwest with the basketball. The Vikings trail by 4.
Doing a good job of pressuring the ball out here. Got it inside.
Hesselgesser's turnaround doesn't go down. Bolin lost it. Great hustle over there for Northwest by Steve Horst, but Steve failed to save the ball, and now a substitution. James Kuhn comes in, and he will give Chad Gordon a break.
Northwest back to some half or full court zone pressure. Now they're dropping back.
35 seconds left in this first quarter. Wahoo up by 4. The two-time defending state champion Wahoo Warriors with a 63-game win streak. Glock on the baseline. It's good.
What a great player.
Jason Glock now has 9 points. Here's Hesselgesser. Gets it in the middle to Weiss. Weiss is up and good. Todd Weiss, the 6'2 senior, is on the scoreboard. And it's 18-14, 5 seconds left. Let's see if Wahoo gets a shot off. Underneath to Bolin, no.
Well, they did a good job of attacking it. They just couldn't get the shot to drop for him there.
Wahoo leads it after 1 quarter of play over Grand Island Northwest, 18-14. Back with the second quarter after this. You give Jason Glock the baseline, and these are the kind of things that you'll see. And Leon, both teams shooting the ball very well in the first quarter.
Well, they sure are. Wahoo is 8 for 13 for 62%, and Grand Island Northwest is at 50%, 6 for 12. Both teams playing very hard.
Northwest with a basketball. The Vikings trail at 18-14 after 1 quarter. James Kuhn in the lineup for Northwest. They've got some foul trouble. Jason Glines, their leading scorer, is out with 2 fouls. Long three-point try, bounds around a couple times. Olson couldn't get it to fall down. And here comes Wahoo the other way as Scott Latham with the ball. Turnaround jumper, no good. Glock picks up his second personal, and Jason knew it.
It's a big foul for him right there, his second foul. And Ryan Edie got the ball down the floor again for him quick. If he does that,
take another look.
Break points.
I don't think any doubt about this one. Jason knew he did it.
Yeah, there was contact there.
Hoffman with the block, back to live action. So Brian Hoffman picks up his first personal. In the lineup right now for Grand Island Northwest, James Kuhn, He's checked in for Jason Glines. Pat Hesselgesser, the big guy in the middle. Todd Weiss is in there, along with Heath Olson and Chad Gordon.
1-on-1 this early in the half can be a big factor in a game like this.
And Kuhn gets the first free throw to drop, much to the delight of the Grand Island Northwest Pep Club. Kuhn's second foul shot is also good. And it's 18-16. Early in the second quarter, Wahoo in yellow, leading, but just by 2.
Eating a corner.
Short, Latham has it, and Glock gets it. Jason's shot is good! Jason Glock puts down 2 more. He has 11 and a chance for a 3-point play. You can't teach this kind of basketball, can you?
No, you sure can't. An offensive rebound is such a big factor in a basketball game like this, and Wahoo does it very well. Jason Glock had a big offensive rebound there for him.
Glock shoots so well with the hand in his face, too, doesn't he?
You know, that's what the good players are capable of doing. When you have great defense on you, you're still able to score, and that's the ones that usually go on and play a lot of good college basketball.
Brock will try to complete the 3-point play. And he misses, and strong with the rebound. That was Curtis Casper, who's checked into the Northwest lineup.
Wahoo still in the 1-3-1 zone.
Kuhn throws it back out top to Olson. Heath will take it. Little strong, and Glock has the rebound. Ooh, dangerous pass. Edie almost loses it, and does.
Well, more good hustle out of Grand Island Northwest. You know, they're showing they have a lot of depth on their team also.
3-pointer by Horst. No good. The rebound underneath to Kuhn. Yes. James Kuhn off the bench with 4 points, and that makes it 20-18. Northwest down by just 2.
Offensive rebound has been a big factor for both teams so far.
Wahoo facing the zone. Glock on the baseline. No, in and out. Hesselgesser with the rebound, or rather with the rebound there was Jason Glines, who's checked back in. And that time Northwest just a little bit too over-anxious.
I'm sure Coach Marin didn't want that long cross-court pass like that, but don't want to take chances.
A couple of substitutions coming back in for Wahoo. Steve Boland also checking in is little Bernie Inbody, a 5'9" junior. He's the kid who hit one of those big 3-pointers last year. This is Bernie with a basketball.
And Inbody had some big 3-pointers in her opening game against Schuyler the first quarter also. He's confident with that shot.
Boland not an outside threat. Inbody tries to get it into Hoffman, and we've got a push underneath. Both teams are in the bonus, so Wahoo will be shooting free throws. Hoffman pushed underneath, and you see a good shot of Dave Marin. He's in his second year at Grand Island Northwest. He was at Hartington Cedar Catholic before that. Done a good job getting his team here to the final.
He sure has. And before that, he was at Humphrey St. Francis, coaching the team that was in the finals tonight.
Hoffman's free throw misses badly. Short. Wahoo 0 for 2 in free throws so far in the game, so that's one thing the Warriors aren't doing real well right now. Northwest with a basketball on the other end. That's Horst. Out top to Gordon.
Northwest shows good patience against this 1-3-1.
Horst from 3. No. And Glock comes up with a loose ball.
Gordon was a little bit intimidated by that 6'5" Hoffman looking at him out there.
Edie swings across court. Inbody. Yes!
He shoots that with a lot of confidence. That's his shot.
Bernie Inbody knocks down the 3, and it's 23-18. A lot of weapons on this Wahoo team. Jason Glines, no. Underneath, nice rebound and basket by Curtis Casper, a 6'2" junior. Northwest, they really do have some kids who can come off the bench and score.
Yeah, they sure do, and they're all hustling hard, and they're taking it to the basket. And that's what they got to do against a good defensive team.
Ball inside, and we've got a foul underneath. This one will go against Curtis Casper.
With Hesselgesser on the bench right now, you can see that Wahoo is really trying to get the ball inside.
And
Taking advantage of that height.
You wonder how good Northwest is. A couple Class A teams they played this year. They lost to Kearney 61-59 in overtime. Kearney, of course, qualified for the Class A state tournament, and then they beat Hastings 68-43.
They play good competition out there, and they're ready for ball games like this.
First free throw is good by Glock. Second one also good. And Glock now has 13 points. There's a break in the action. Wahoo leads at 25-20. Back to floor after this. Curtis Casper showing some nice hustle underneath here on the offensive glass.
Well, he sure does, and that's been a big factor for both teams, his offensive rebounding, as he just put one in there.
25-20 our score. Wahoo over Grand Island Northwest. This is Jeff Schmall, and along with our guest color commentator, Leon Bose,
I see
the Syracuse boys basketball coach.
See, Hesselgesser is back in there for him.
This is Gordon. No good. In-body has the rebound. And here comes Edie the other way for Wahoo. Midway through the second quarter now. Inside to Glock, and he is fouled. How good a free throw shooter is Jason?
Well, he's excellent at everything he does, needless to say. But tell you, Wahoo just passes the ball so quick and so well. It's hard to get swung around there to take that inside stuff away.
Third foul on Curtis Casper. That's one thing I've noticed. I've watched them play about 3 times this year. A very unselfish team.
Oh, they truly are a balanced team with a lot of talent and play together very well.
Glock makes the first of his 1-and-1. He now has 14 points in the game. Make it 15. Only a junior, Jason Glock, as he has Wahoo up to a 27-20 lead. Biggest lead of the ball game at 7 points for the Wahoo Warriors. Hesselgesser on the baseline. Did he travel? No, he stepped on the end line. And a good job of defense down on the baseline by Bernie In-body.
Sure did. They were swarming him with 3 people around him that time with the ball. He's going to have to kick it out quick when they swarm like that.
There you see the score. Wahoo in front, and the Warriors have the basketball. Kind of nice when you got a 6'5", 6'4" kid who can bring the ball up the floor like that, too.
Yeah, he sure. That helps, that's for sure.
Volan to Glock. Glock will shoot it from 15.
Well,
Doesn't get it.
I thought the guy got a piece of his arm there, but
Here comes
evidently
Northwest
not.
the other way. Glines kicks it back out. 3-point try is good by James Kuhn. James has come off the bench, and he has 7 points in the game, and it's 27-23.
Those 3-pointers that keep you in the game.
And get you out of it, too, if you start missing them.
That's true.
In-body. Pressure on him quickly. Back to Edie. Nice pass inside. Hoffman. And Glock has the rebound. There it's back to Hoffman. Randy. Yes. Nice hoop by Randy Hoffman. And we're seeing a couple big kids in here. Hesselgesser on the Northwest side. Hoffman and Glock on the Wahoo side. Take another look. Who goes strong to the basket.
Something like this is really hard to stop. You got to have help defense here. One-on-one, it's impossible.
And now a chance for a 3-point play by Randy Hoffman. He's got 6 in the game. Way short. Randy struggled from the free throw line in the game so far. It's 29-23. Wahoo in front.
Wahoo stayed with the 1-3-1 the entire half so far.
Northwest working the ball on the perimeter. They get it to Glines. Back out front to Gordon. Inside, Hesselgesser. Yes.
Nice shot.
Pat Hesselgesser with 9. And they'll throw it over the top on the pressure. Edie. Off to In-body. Nice lob inside. Hesselgesser almost a foul. Hoffman gets the 2. He's got 8 in the ball game. And it's 31-25 inside of 2 minutes to go.
They're going to have some help defense to stop that inside game. They can't do that one-on-one.
This is Northwest. Gordon out top, Heath Olson. Baseline Glines, short, blocked with the rebound. And there's that outlet over, nice steal by Heath Olson. Here comes Heath the other way, 2-on-2, all the way to the hoop, yes! Block had to lay off, he's got 2 fouls, and Heath Olson has his first bucket of the game. In body the other way, a block, and it's good!
You know, right there's what Wahoo does a very good job of. Olson takes it in, gets a layup, and Wahoo has 1 pass, 2 passes, and shooting a layup and a chance for a 3-pointer on the other end. That's that transition basketball.
Take another look as little Bernie in body, a 5'9" junior, gets it to go down, a blocking foul. The 3rd personal foul whistled on Jason Glines, so that really hurts Grand Island Northwest. It's one thing I've noticed the difference between Wahoo this year and last year. Inbody and Edie were only sophomores, just kind of little scrawny kids a year ago, came in and shot the ball well from the outside, didn't do a lot else, and they have both really developed into good ball players this year all around.
Well, they certainly have. Wahoo's got a great athletic program over there in all sports, and I know they do a lot with weightlifting in the summertime, and that stuff all helps to make yourself become a better athlete.
Inbody completes the 3-point play. He has 6 in the game. There's a break in the action. Wahoo leads Grand Island Northwest 34-27 with 1:22 left in the first half. Well, the Bob Devaney Sports Center is full up to the rafters. There's got to be about 14,000 people here watching this Class B matchup between Grand Island Northwest and Wahoo. A foul underneath, I believe, on Steve Boland. That will be his first personal.
Looks like Wahoo changed their defense after the timeout, where they got Jason Glock playing on top now, this defense. A little bit like a 3-2 zone.
Both teams still shooting the ball well.
Yes, they are. Grand Island is still 11 for 23 for 48%. Wahoo is 13 for 23 for 57%. That's great shooting. I think Grand Island is going to have to do a little bit of job of getting back on defense. So.
Hesselgesser hits double figures. He's got 10 with the first of 2 free throws.
Hesselgesser's getting off to that start like I said he needed to have tonight, and if he continues to have this kind of ball game, I believe we'll see a close one all the way.
Hesselgesser's second one rims out, 34-28. Todd Johnston has checked back in for Wahoo. He gets it over to Boland. Inside to Glock on the baseline. In and out. Boland commits a push underneath. As Todd Weiss was knocked out of the way, that will be the second personal foul on Steve Boland. And Todd Weiss will go the other way and shoot a 1-and-1.
That last time down, Horst picked up Edie right away. They didn't want Edie to get the outlet pass, and that might be a plan they're trying to do here to keep that offensive transition game slowed down a little bit.
Mike Dvorak, a 6'3" senior, checks in for Wahoo, as does Chad Gordon for Grand Island Northwest. Chad, a 6'2" senior, and at the free throw line is Todd Weiss for Northwest. Todd gets the first one to drop after it bounds around. And that makes it a 5-point game. 56 seconds left in the half. Second one, nothing but net for Todd Weiss. And we're down to a 4-point contest. 34-30. Having trouble handling the ball was Dvorak. He gets it back. Hoffman, turnaround jumper. No good, and with the rebound is Horst. Here comes Steve the other way. Gives off to Olson.
Now they're back to that same 1-3-1. It just must have been one look down at 3-2.
Playing catch with it out top. This is Chad Gordon. Olson, no. Hesselgesser, no. And Hoffman has the rebound. Here comes Glock on the fast break. One-on-one, Jason stops and hits it. I think a good no call there, too.
Yeah, it sure was. Great offensive move. Takes it to the hole.
2 seconds left, 3-pointer, no good. at the half, Wahoo leads it over Grand Island Northwest, 36-30. Leading the way in scoring is Jason Glock. He has 17 points for Wahoo, 8 for Randy Hoffman, 3 for Ryan Eady. Bernie Inbody came off the bench. He's got 6, and 2 points for Steve Boland. For the Northwest Vikings, they are being led by Pat Hesselgesser. He has 10. After that, it's 7 points for James Kuhn, 4 points for Todd Weiss, 2 for Curtis Casper, 2 for Jason Glines, and 2 for Keith Olson, along with 3 for Steve Horst. Dick Janda is now standing by with Dave Marin, the Grand Island Northwest basketball coach. Let's go over to Dick.
Coach, your thoughts about how things went this first half for Northwest?
Well, we need to do a better job of moving the ball on offense and getting to the offensive boards. And then on this end, on our defensive end, we need to do a little bit better job on Glock.
Some of the things you'll be talking about at halftime to your team here.
Well, we need to get the offensive boards. We're taking a shot. We're only getting 1 shot. We need to get to, we need to get some second shots. We need to get back on defense and make sure, we have to know where Glock's at and do a little bit better job on their 3-point shooters.
All right, Coach, good luck the second half.
Thank you.
Okay, and we'll be back with more here at halftime of the Class B State Championship after this timeout.
The KOLN KGIN Nebraska High School All-State Team Award is sponsored by Sizzler, where all-you-can-eat shrimp is just $6.99.
The ballots have been counted for another 1990 boys All-State basketball team, and here's the way the coaches voted for the 1990 Class B squad. At one of the guards, Jason Glines of Grand Island Northwest, a 6'2 senior who averaged 17 points and 7 rebounds a game. The other starting guard, Tim Bailey of Nebraska City, a 6'2 senior. Tim averaged 20 points and 4 assists a game this year. The first team center spot, Tom Burt of Lincoln Pius. Tom, a 6'6 junior, averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds a game this season. One of the forwards, Jason Glock of Wahoo. A 6'4 junior, Jason averaged 28 points and 10 rebounds a game. The other first team forward, Todd Johnson of Syracuse. Todd, a 6'3 senior, had a 26-point and 9 rebound a game average this year. Earning honorable mention, Randy Hoffman of Wahoo. Scott Peterson of Schuyler. Mark Hawk of Lexington, Chad West of O'Neill, B.J. Gardner of Minden, and Chad Gustin of Minden. That's the Class B Coaches All-State Boys Basketball Team for 1990. Leon Bose, the Syracuse boys basketball coach, who is our guest commentator for this Class B state championship, has joined us to talk a little bit about this Class B boys all-state team. A pretty good group, it looks like.
Well, an excellent group, Dick. I tell you, there's 5 players here that I would love to have, and I think a lot of colleges would love to have these 5 players.
Jason Glines playing in this game, of course, and Jason Glock of Wahoo, and Tom Burt of Pius. Burt and Glock, 2 guys that are juniors. They'll be back again next year.
Well, they sure will be. When you look at these 5 players, the first thing you look at when you look at an all-state team is a true point guard, and I think Tim Bailey from Nebraska City is an excellent true point guard. He handles the ball well, passes well, shoots the 3-pointer with a lot of accuracy, and can do it all for him. And then Jason Glines, who's playing a lot inside tonight, but he also plays a lot of the off-guard spot, and just a true all-around hard-working basketball player at average 17 points for Northwest this year. Then you look at the 3 spot, the small forward, put Todd Johnson in that place, a young man that played for me at Syracuse. Todd runs the floor real well. He's probably one of the best pure shooters I've ever coached in 18 years of coaching, and he can do it all and averaging 26 points and really carried our team this year. And like you mentioned, the 2 juniors, Jason Glock, a good strong forward, can come out and hit the 3-point shot, a great offensive rebounder, and Tom Burt, you put a 6'6" guy in a center spot that can also step out and hit the shot from outside. So 5 excellent choices for All-State, and I'm sure a lot of these guys will be on the Metro All-State teams also in Class B. It's really going to be interesting, Dick, to watch guys like Glock and Burt to see how they develop through the year, and I'm sure these 2 young men are going to be high on a lot of college lists.
We might just mention that Chad Guston is from Norris. Toward the end of the honorable mention list there, we had 2 guys listed from Minden. B.J. Gardner is from Minden, but Chad Guston is from Norris. Leon, your thoughts about the second half for this Class B game that's going on now with Wahoo leading at 36-30. Grand Island Northwest is hanging right with them.
Well, they certainly are, and I don't think this is any surprise because Grand Island Northwest has a lot of talented athletes. And we talked before the game a little bit, and I talked to Coach Marin, and they thought if they could keep the defensive team to get back in a hurry to keep from getting the easy baskets, that they could play with them. I think they've done that for the most part. There's only been a couple of times where they've gotten back and where I think Glock got in one time and Anybody got back an easy bucket. You know, you take those 2 times away and then we got almost a tie basketball game. But it's a great game. Offensive rebound's been a factor for both teams. It's kept them in the game, and I look for it to go down the wire.
There's been a lot of discussion this year about where Wahoo should fit in the overall top 10. After seeing them here tonight throughout the season, what do you think about that?
Well, I know they're an excellent basketball team. I think they deserve recognition to be in the overall top 10. To be in the top 2 or 3, I don't know. That's too hard for me to tell. I don't see that many Class A teams. They're a good ball club. I'm sure they do well in Class A, but if they had to play those kind of teams day in and day out, I'm sure they wouldn't be undefeated right now either.
Leon, we sure appreciate your being along with us for this Class B game. We'll look forward to a good second half here, too.
Well, thank you very much, Dick. It's sure fun to be here, and I feel real fortunate, and I've had a good career down at Syracuse. I've been lucky down there to have some great players play for me, and I'm just real honored to be with this group.
Okay, thanks very much, Leon. We'll look for you in the second half, and we'll be back with more from this Class B state championship right after this timeout.
Wahoo leads it by 6 at the half in the Class B state championship game, 36-30 over Grand Island Northwest. The statistics, Wahoo maybe the biggest edge in the field goal shooting 56% to 42% for Grand Island Northwest. Anything about that, Leon, that jumps out at you where maybe Wahoo has the edge that you see?
Well, one thing that really jumps out to me about the statistics is the turnovers. Grand Island Northwest having only 5 turnovers. And also the rebounds, they're rebounding very close with them, 13-15, and I think that's probably the 2 main factors of why they're in this basketball game, because both teams are shooting well, and that's not a surprise because they both have great shooters on their teams. But I think the rebounds being even in those turnovers, and if Grand Island Northwest can keep those turnovers down like that, they can definitely stay in this basketball game.
Now, is Wahoo dangerous, more dangerous at any time, that maybe coming out from a second half you have to really be careful? Or I know they're always a dangerous team, but are there some times that a coach really has to be concerned?
Well, I think, you know, Grand Island Northwest, if they come out and handle their pressure at the beginning of this half, they'll be all right. And I'm sure that, you know, Wahoo's probably going to come out and play with a little more intensity. I look for them to play a little more four-court pressure against them. And if Northwest is patient and handles that, they'll stay with them because they got too many great shooters on this basketball team. And one thing else I think Northwest is doing a good job of, and that's making the transition from the offensive into defense. Now, we mentioned it a couple of times where Anybody got the bucket from the quick pass from Edie, and Glock got the bucket down there. But those are the only 2 transition baskets I think that Wahoo has got in this first half, and if they can continue to stop that, they're doing the things they need to do to stay in this basketball game.
And when you consider that Jason Glines, the leading scorer on the season for Northwest, has only 2 points, he's really sat out about half of the first half in foul trouble. That had they had him on the court the whole time, you know, we could have a tie ball game or maybe even Northwest in the lead.
Well, that's very true. I think with Jason Glines, they're playing him inside most of the time in this particular basketball game. But Hesselgesser, he's the gentleman that's got the size to score inside, and he's doing a good job for him. And Glines has got a few offensive bounds in there, and he takes it to the hole. But they've hit 2 or 3 three-point shots, and all those things. They're playing well. I don't think Coach Moran from Grand Island Northwest is too upset the way his boys have played so far.
We'll see what Wahoo coach Mick Anderson has to say about his team leading by 6, 36-30 at the half, when we come back right after this. We are just a couple of minutes away from the second half. tipping off here in the Class B state championship game between the Wahoo Warriors and Grand Island Northwest Vikings. Wahoo undefeated, riding a 63-game winning streak, and they lead it by 6, 36-30 at the half. Leon Bose, our guest color commentator, a lot of people, though, at this point might have felt that Wahoo would be blowing this game out, that it might be a 15, 20-point game even by now.
Well, a lot of people might have thought that, but I certainly didn't think that. This Grand Island Northwest team, they had a lot of preseason hype, and they expected to be here. They're rated number 2 in the state right now. And another thing about them, these kids have, they lost a couple early ball games, but I think they've won about 16 or 17 games in a row now, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. And I know these young men probably are not surprised that they're in this basketball team.
And now standing by with Wahoo coach Mick Anderson is Dick Janda. Let's go over and find out what Mick has to say about his Warriors leading by 6.
Coach, your thoughts about the first half and what you might have made adjustment-wise for the second?
Well, Northwest is a well-balanced ball club, and they're giving us some problems because they're a good outside team as well as inside team. I think we need to do a little better job of maybe checking them off the boards and trying to push them a little bit further out.
All right, Coach, good luck the second half. Okay, thank you, and we'll be back with more here at halftime of the Class B State Championship after this timeout.
The Class B state championship game, the third quarter just about ready to start with Wahoo leading Grand Island Northwest 36-30. Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Paul along with Leon Bose, the Syracuse boys basketball coach, who is serving as our guest color commentator for this Class B state championship game. Millard South basketball coach Larry Ribble will be joining Dick Janda for the Class A game. That will feature Omaha South and Lincoln Northeast coming up right after this one. Millard South, of course, the 2-time defending state champion in Class A. It will be interesting to hear what Larry has to say as our guest color commentator for the Class A game. Wahoo inbounding the ball to start the second half in this B game. And a foul on the floor right off the bat on Heath Olson of Grand Island Northwest.
Grand Island Northwest open up and man-to-man again. Looks like Olson was on Glock, but there he just stopped to help out with Volan because Volan put it down and took it to the hole there.
When Steve Volan starts going to the hoop, there aren't many people who are physically going to stop him. He's a big kid. And Steve knocks down the first. He has 3 in the ball game. And this now is the biggest lead of the game thus far for Wahoo at 38-20. They have an 8-point lead, biggest of the ball game.
Wahoo open up in the 1-3-1 zone defense again.
Inside, Hesselgesser, 3-pointer by Horst is no good, and Volan has the rebound. Here comes Wahoo the other way. Ryan Eady gives off to Jason Glock. Eady and Johnston are the guards. Glock and Volan the forwards, and there's the big guy, Randy Hoffman inside. Northwest opening up with Horst and Olson at the guard spots. Glock passes off. Johnston has it taken away by Jason Glines. Pat Hesselgesser is the center. Glines and Gordon are the forwards. This is Olson. Horst back to Olson. Inside, Hesselgesser. And a foul before the shot on Steve Volan. That will be his third. And I believe it will be a common foul. The ball will be inbounded underneath the Northwest basket.
Good ball movement there again. It got the ball inside to Hesselgesser. I'm sure that's her game plan.
The lob up high to Hesselgesser. He tips it out. On the baseline, Gordon had a notion. And there's a pass taken away. Here comes Wahoo, 3-on-1. Glock gives it off. Eady stepped on the baseline. Maybe that was a time where Jason should have kept the ball.
Yeah, he probably should have.
You don't mind seeing that, though, when the superstar is willing to give the ball up on a fast break. That says something.
It's nice to know everybody makes a mistake once in a while.
Northwest the other way. Olson, no good. Glock with the rebound.
They're pushing it up quick now.
Volan, bravo.
Little walking. Like 3 turnovers early here in the half here by Wahoo. It's kind of a help here for Grand Island Northwest.
There you see a shot of Mick Anderson, the Wahoo boys basketball coach. Here's Northwest the other way. Three-point shot by Horst is short, but I believe it went off Jason Glock. It did.
It sure did. Just one of those ricochet things.
Underneath, we've got a foul.
Okay, Grand Island Northwest has not been intimidated. They just like to go inside and take the ball to the basket.
That foul will be whistled. Let's see who it's against. First foul on Mike Dvorak, who had just checked in at the free throw line. Jason Glines can't get it to fall. Jason, the leading scorer on the season and a coach's first team All-State selection, but only has 2 points in this game and still has 2. Underneath the rebound, though, by Gordon is put in.
Big rebound by Chad Gordon. Chad's father is the athletic director there at Grand Island Northwest, Charlie Gordon.
Block from 15, off the mark. And with the rebound is Horst. Steve pushes it up to Heath Olson. It's over to Gordon again. Glines will set it back up top.
Looks like they're setting up the double pick across court screen.
A lot of cross-court passes. Those can be dangerous. Three-point try is good by Chad Gordon.
Hey, Gordon was quiet the first half, but he's come out firing the second half.
That's 5 for Gordon in this second half, and it's 38-35. Northwest has scored 5 straight points. Glock. And a foul on Hesselgesser.
Just a great job of swinging the ball and being patient and getting it to your money man.
Hesselgesser whistled for the personal. Going to the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Jason Glock. He's 4 of 5 from the line tonight. Hesselgesser now has 3 fouls in the game. Glock's free throw in and out. Second charity toss is good for Jason. He now has 18 in the game. And it's 39-35. Horst and Olson playing catch with it out front. They lob it into Hesselgesser. Pat's shot is good. Tough shot by Pat Hesselgesser. And we've got a 2-point game, 39-37. The Northwest crowd on its feet. They love it.
Northwest players being real patient against that zone and just getting the ball inside.
Hoffman, turn around, who's it on? On the ground, and that one will go, I believe, against Jason Glines. And if that's the case, that is his 4th personal foul. Those are tough calls to make, aren't they? When a guy's going inside the lane and there's a lot of contact and the offensive player a lot of times initiates the contact, but if the defensive player isn't set.
That's exactly right. I think it's probably the toughest call to make for an official is that blocking charging call, but they do a good job. We got excellent officials here. We got Dick Morsey and Marty Goins, 2 officials out of Omaha.
Randy Hoffman's first free throw is good. He's got 9 in the game now.
Dick Morsey's originally a Syracuse grad.
And Hoffman gets them both the ball. I'll refrain from commenting on Syracuse grads. I've got a couple friends who are Syracuse graduates, so.
Well, Dick's an excellent official, one of the best in the state.
Here's Northwest the other way. This is Steve Horst. Olson will try it. Short. Horst has the rebound. They swing it. That's James Kuhn in the lineup. He came in along with Todd Weiss, who's also checked in for Hesselgesser. That's Kuhn with it. Of course, loses it and travels. Northwest, when they don't have Hesselgesser and Glines in that lineup, you can just see them struggle a little bit trying to get the ball inside. There's a break in the action. Wahoo leads Grand Island Northwest by 4 midway through the third quarter. The big body's inside, crashing around, and Pat Hesselgesser gets it to go down. He has 12 in the game, and showing that he can play with the best of them.
Yes, he can. Right now he's on the bench, him and Glines, and I tell you, Northwest is giving up a lot of inches out there right now. They're going to have to play some good, patient basketball. They're coming a little more full court pressure now. 2-2-1.
Johnston with it. And now Wahoo will set up its half-court offense with Edie.
Looks like they drop back to the man-to-man after their zone press.
Glock. It's good, and he's fouled. Give Jason Glock an inch, and he knows how to take advantage of it.
Oh, he sure does. The whole team, they're taking advantage of their height right now. They see the situation, and I'm sure they're going to just pound it inside.
Checking into the Northwest lineup is Curtis Casper. He comes in, and taking a break will be Steve Hurst. There you see a good shot of Steve, a 6-foot senior. Glock's three-point play is completed. Jason now has 21 in the ball game. That foul, incidentally, was on Heath Olson, his second. And here comes Northwest, trailing by 7. Vikings with a smaller lineup. Let's see if they can get it inside.
Intensity's picking up a little bit on defense. They're trapping the ball in the corners now.
And there Northwest gets it inbounds. Olson, yes. Big hoop for Heath Olson.
Olson's playing a really good basketball game. You can tell he's a real confident player out there. He just always seems to be pretty nonchalant.
Wahoo on the full court pressure. Boland gets it across the timeline to Edie, and Edie is on the baseline. The turnover, the ball will go back over to Northwest. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Wahoo leading it 44-39. The Vikings hanging tough against number 1 and unbeaten Wahoo. On the baseline, a foul goes against Troy Johnston of Wahoo. Wahoo has only made 1 field goal in this third quarter. That was by Jason Glock. The rest of the Warriors' points have come at the free throw line. Northwest will inbound the ball on the sideline. Olson gets it out to Kuhn. Try to get it inside. It's off someone. Who is it? Off a Wahoo player.
They're trying to force a little bit there. They need to be a little patient, swing that ball, and get that defense sliding from one side to the other.
There you see Mike Dvorak checking in. Steve Boland will take a break for Wahoo. Ball inbound to Kuhn. Out top to Weiss. This is Olson. What happened? He traveled with it. Heath Olson traveled.
Just trying to force a little bit. Boy, we're seeing some good free throw shooting. Wahoo's 11 for 15, and Grand Island Northwest is 6 for 8 for 75%. So
5-point difference in the game, and it really shows right there at the free throw line.
Yep, that's about where it's at.
Johnston
carried the ball a little bit. Good call.
So Northwest gets it the other way. And it still belongs to Northwest. You can see this group out here now, though, really struggling to get any type of flow offensively.
They really are. They're trying to get the ball inside, and I think they just need to be a little more patient and swing the thing around a little bit and maybe look for a perimeter shot.
A smaller lineup in for Grand Island Northwest right now. Chad Gordon underneath. Weiss, no good. It still belongs to Kuhn.
Excellent job of staying with it there.
Weiss got the hoop underneath. He has 6. It's 44-41. 150 left. Wahoo has been in 2 of the most thrilling state championship games ever the last 2 years, and there's a foul underneath on James Kuhn. And Wahoo is in the bonus, so Jason Glock will shoot free throws. Wahoo has been in 2 of the most thrilling games the last 2 years against Lincoln Pius X in the finals. Maybe we'll see another one.
Well, it's starting to build up to be like that. Yeah, the last 2 years, to win shots on the buzzer like Wahoo has done is just unbelievable, and this one could very well go down the wire.
1-1 for Jason Glock. He makes the first. This one, though, maybe the shoe on the other foot a little bit, though, because I think especially last year, Pius was the favorite, and this time Wahoo the big favorite.
Well, they certainly are, and I think if the game stays close, it might show that they might be a little bit tighter than what Northwest would be, but we'll have to wait to see.
Glock now has 23 points in the game. Exactly half of Wahoo's total of 46. Underneath, breaking through, nice basket by Curtis Casper. He has 4.
Excellent job of splitting the defense and just taking it to the basket.
Johnston to Glock. 2. 25 points for the money player, Jason Glock. Troy Glock, his older brother, who now plays at Wesleyan. And Wahoo gets the ball back on a turnover. Here comes Edie. Edie down to Dvorak. He'll set it up top. Johnston. And another foul.
Boy, there again, they're just looking for Glock inside, getting the ball to him, and so he's had a lot of points for him right down the last couple of minutes here.
Dave Barron kind of saying, hey, I don't believe it, but Glock is so strong and so quick. Both of those combinations makes him extremely hard to defense underneath.
It certainly does, and his teammates do a good job of looking for him.
Glock shooting a 1-on-1, misses. Hoffman, though, with the rebound, and Hoffman kicks it back out. Wahoo doing a nice job of interchanging underneath between Hoffman and Glock.
Good
and there's the steal. James Kuhn. Yes! James Kuhn goes coast to coast. He's now got 9 in the game. He's done an excellent job, the 6'2".
Oh, there's steal. Gordon going to the hole.
No good for Chad Gordon.
And Chad thought he got fouled there.
.45 with 10 seconds left. Wahoo's 6-point lead at the half has been cut to 3. A near turnover, and it is. 3 seconds, 2, yes! Yes! The bucket by Steve Horst at the 3rd quarter buzzer. And it's a 1-point ball game. Wahoo leads Grand Island Northwest 48-47. Back with the final period right after this. This play, Leon, could give Grand Island Northwest some big momentum going into the 4th quarter.
Steve Horst comes up with a big steal here. Puts him up to just 1 point going into the last quarter.
And Northwest has the basketball to start this final period of play in the Class B State Championship. 48-47. Wahoo in front, but just by 1.
Hesselgesser's back in the lineup now. That should help him a little bit. They look for him right away.
And a foul on Boland. That will be Steve's 4th personal foul.
Shooting 1-on-1.
Wahoo thus far shooting 54% from the field, 15 of 28. Northwest only 44%, but Northwest has made 18 field goals, 3 more than Wahoo. The Vikings with a basketball, a chance to take a lead for the first time since midway through the 1st quarter. Steve Horst over to Chad Gordon. That's James Kuhn. He's in the lineup along with Curtis Casper and Pat Hesselgesser for Northwest. Jason Glines getting set to check back in, the leading scorer for the Vikings on the season. He's been relatively quiet today. Hesselgesser short, Ball tipped around. Bolin comes away with it.
Good patience. He got the shot they wanted. Just didn't drop for him.
Wahoo has its starting lineup in. Edie and Johnston, the guards. Hoffman, the center. Glock and Bolin are the forwards. This is Jason Glock. Bolin to Glock on the baseline. And a foul. Jason Glock draws the personal.
Casper needed to stay on his feet that time. He might have been able to draw the charge, but he left his feet and they called the blocking foul.
Casper picks up his 4th personal, and now checking in for James Kuhn. There you see a good shot of Jason Glines, a 6'2" senior. Jason only 2 points in this basketball game. Averages 17 a game. And also subbing in will be Heath Olson. He'll come in, and Curtis Casper will sit down. So both teams have their starting 5 out on the floor now. Troy Glock, 25 points, goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. 8 of 12 now is Jason Glock from the free throw line.
Shoots worse from the free throw line he does from the field.
Second free throw is good by Glock. That gives him 26 and makes it a 2-point game. 49-47. Inside 7 minutes left in the Class B state championship game. A good one between Grand Island Northwest and Wahoo. Jumper on the way is good by Chad Gordon. Chad Gordon has 7, and we are tied 49-49.
There's Edie. Three-pointer.
Ryan Edie nails a 3, his second three-pointer of the game. I think it's just his second shot of the game.
He's a great three-point shooter. That'll make little Ziggy happy.
Chad Gordon had a notion. They get it inside. Hesselgesser surrounded, is short, underneath, and fouled is Glines. Glines is fouled by Troy Johnston with his 3rd.
Okay, the good ball players like Glines shows up in games like right now because there he is for an offensive rebound. Now he's going to free throw line.
Glines 0 for 2 from the charity stripe thus far in the ball game. 52-49, you see our score. 6:05 left. Grand Island Northwest giving two-time defending state champion Wahoo all the Warriors won. And Glines makes his first free throw.
Tell you, the first ball game against Elkhorn Mount Michael, this young Jason Glines had a super 4th quarter against him. We might see that again tonight.
Second one is also good. In that victory, Glines finished with 19 points against Elkhorn Mount Michael. He's got 4 now, 52-51. Wahoo in front, but just by 1. The Warriors swing the basketball. Glock to Johnston. Out top, Bolin has trouble with it. They're really trying to get the ball inside. Northwest sagging back on defense.
Wahoo's standing a little bit right now. They need to get a little more movement.
Ooh.
Northwest is working hard. Oh,
great cross-court pass.
Great diagonal pass inside. Got the defense sleeping just a little.
Randy Hoffman for 2. He's got 12. Back to a 3-point lead. And there's a steal. Edie almost comes up with a good hustle by Heath Olson. Olson to Horst.
Basket here.
Yes! Steve Horst hits the tray, and we are tied. 54-54.
5 minutes to go in the game.
Glock wants the basketball, but he's surrounded.
Well, they're sagging on him tight right now. They're really plugging in that middle.
There they get it to him. And a foul underneath against Heath Olson. That will be Heath's 3rd personal foul. 4:44 left. 54-54 is our score.
What a great basketball game.
Oh, I tell you. And checking in is Bertie Inbody. He comes in, and Troy Johnston will go out.
You might look for him to put up a 3 if he gets a chance.
There's a timeout on the floor. Our score, 54-54 in this Class B state championship. Island Northwest has tied this game on this three-point shot by Steve Horst. Nothing but net.
Well, it's a great clutch basket. They're all going to be clutch baskets from here on out. Pressure's really going to be on both teams.
And like we mentioned earlier, this time maybe the shoe is on the other foot a little bit, as Wahoo has had big comebacks in the last 2 years against Lincoln Pius X. But this time, Wahoo is the favorite. Jason Glock knocks down the first of 2. He now has 27 in the game. The second one, no good.
A lot of missed free throws here.
Here comes Heath Olson, and those are the type of things that can come back and haunt you.
They certainly can. Defense intensity's picking up a little bit, that's for sure.
Glines on the baseline. Gives it back to Gordon. All the way across court. Olson, no. Glock has the rebound.
Well, that's a tough shot to take.
4 minutes. We are midway through the final period. 55-54. Wahoo leads it by 1. Inside, Hoffman. The ball tipped around. Glines comes away with it. We are at crunch time. On the baseline, shot on the way is, in and out. Fouled on the play. Chad Gordon was fouled, and he almost got the roll on the three-point play. Chad will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
He almost did get the roll there. Penetrated, threw the shot up, threw the foul. 2 big free throws here.
Foul went against Randy Hoffman, his second. A chance for Northwest to go in front. The Vikings have not led since early in this basketball game when they were ahead 9-6. That was the last lead for Northwest. Wahoo tied it up on a three-pointer and then went in front after that, and the Warriors have led the entire way.
The Northwest is playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Chad Gordon ties it, and this could give Grand Island Northwest its first lead since midway through the first quarter. 3:42 remaining. Gordon, a 6'2 senior, nails it. And that right now is a big difference. Northwest making its free throws, and it's 56-55. Northwest on top. In body to Edie. Bolin had a notion but didn't take it. They want to try to get it inside, probably to Glock. There's Jason. Jumper on the move is good. What a player. 29 points for Jason Glock.
He wants the ball now, that's for sure.
57-56. Three-point try. No good by Gordon. And underneath with the rebound is Hoffman. Here comes Wahoo. A slight numbers advantage, but the Warriors were holding up.
They'll swing it quick and look inside. Not there.
All the way across. You got to watch that guy. Bernie in-body. Bolin from 18. No, but Glock has the rebound underneath, and it's good. Jason Glock for 2 more. He has 31, and it's 59-56. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the Class B state championship. Northwest, Glines, no good. Glock has the rebound, but it's stolen away by Gordon. Gordon is up, no good. Glines is blocked. Oh, that should be a foul there.
I think it was after the whistle was blown. The ball was already out of bounds. It was kind of incidental contact, is what it was.
We've got a timeout on the floor and a thriller on our hands. Don't go away now, folks. With 2:22 left, Wahoo leads 59-56. Here was the last possession. Now you tell, should have that been a foul, Leon?
Well, it was pretty rough contact there, but it really was unintentional, and you know, it was one of those incidental things. So I think the right call was no call.
Dave Maron, the head coach for Grand Island Northwest. There are some sweaty palms along the benches, I know for sure.
He's got to be very proud of the way his team has played tonight. They're very well prepared and playing with a lot of confidence.
Three-pointer by Gordon, no good. And Hesselgesser fouls on the rebound. A good job of blocking out by Boland that time.
Well, it sure was. And that was a good shot by Gordon that time, too. That's a shot I'm sure they won it. They probably talked about it at the timeout, and it just didn't drop for him.
Boland, a good free throw shooter. He made 7 of 8 free throws yesterday against Pius and is 2 for 2 thus far today. That is the 4th personal on Pat Hesselgesser. So Hesselgesser and Glein for Northwest both have 4 fouls each. Northwest takes the timeout. We'll keep it right here as we have 2:12 remaining. Wahoo leads it 59-56. You were mentioning during our last break, Leon, that Northwest feels they can win this ball game right now.
Well, you can sure sense it there for a while that they were playing with a lot of confidence, and they you could just kind of see it in their eyes that they wanted certain guys to get the ball, and when they got the ball, they were ready to take it to the hole, and I just think they still feel that way. You know, you got guys like Gordon taking that shot, and he's not thinking about missing, he's thinking about making that shot. So I think we're in for a heck of a ball game. I tell you, these 2 free throws right here, they're real important for Steve.
Steve Boland will be at the free throw line shooting 1-1. And what a job Jason Glock has done in this game. He has 31 points, and he has been the go-to guy here in the 4th quarter for Wahoo.
Yeah, I tell you, sure has been, and it's, you know, it's never no surprise. It's always the people that have done it for you all year are usually right down at the stretch when they really need it. And of course, he got the 2 points when the game was tied, and he got the big offensive rebound down there after that. So they always seem to have their nose around the ball, the money players.
Steve Boland goes to the free throw line to shoot a big 1-1 with 2:12 left. Wahoo leads it by 3. The ball bounds around and drops in. For a kid his size, he really does have a nice shooting touch, doesn't he? Good release.
Yes, he does. He does a lot of things well for him. He goes the hole with them, and he's shooting with confidence.
Second free throw is also good. 2 big free throws. That makes it 61-56. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Here comes Northwest. I think Northwest still has to be patient on offense. There's a lot of time left. They don't want to hit the panic button just yet.
Well, I agree with you 100%. They got their money, man.
Hesselgesser is short, and Wahoo has the rebound. The momentum swinging in favor of the Wahoo Warriors. Edie brings it up, gives it to Bernie Inbody, to Boland, to Edie. Uh-oh, there's a turnover. Here comes Chad Gordon for 2. Chad Gordon makes it back to a 3-point game, 61-58. A minute and a half to go.
Gordon and Horse have done a good job of overplaying that swing pass. Got a couple steals in this game.
And now Wahoo wants to take timeout. We'll keep it right here. 61-58, 1:24 to play. And this one a long way from being over, considering the fact that last year Wahoo was down by like 6 with about 12 seconds to go, and they tied Pius and sent it into overtime and then won that ball game 68-66 a year ago. Here's the steal coming up, and I tell you, Northwest has a couple of good guards out there. This one is Chad Gordon gets the steal. He, Horst, and Olsen have all done a fine job.
They really have, and I think right now, you know, with getting these steals like this, they're overplaying everybody. They're really coming out and extending their defense, and like right there, Inbody didn't come all the way to meet the basketball, and you got to come and meet the ball when teams are putting pressure on you like that. Gordon was in good position for the steal.
Trailing by 3, to you as a coach, you make a decision at some time and say, okay, at the 1-minute mark, we want to start fouling, or when does that come into play?
Well, it depends on what a team's doing against you. Now, if Wahoo would come out and try and put it in a freezer or something, then yeah, I think I would tell my team to go ahead and start fouling, because we don't want the game to get down to 30 seconds or something. We want to get the ball back in our hands. But I don't look for them to sit on it. I look for maybe to look for a good shot to get the ball inside, but I would be surprised if they'd sit on it. I think I've said that too many times tonight, and I've been wrong.
Here's Hoffman, and he's fouled, and that's probably a very good person to foul.
Yeah, it probably is. I tell you what, Randy Hoffman was a sophomore. That young man had a heck of a time putting the ball in the hole from the free throw line, but he has worked hard at it, and he has become a pretty good free throw shooter.
In the tournament prior to this game, Randy was 5 of 11 from the free throw line. He's 2 of 3 in this game. Watch, he puts a lot of arch on the ball, but he makes it. The 6'5" senior nails a big free throw.
And he's practiced that a lot these last 2 years, I'll guarantee you.
This is the thing that can separate championship teams from runner-up teams, but the second one is no good.
I jinxed him.
It's a 4-point lead for Wahoo. Here's Northwest. Chad Gordon over to Heath Olson. Back to Gordon for 3.
Basket.
No. The ball tipped around. Wahoo comes away with it. This is Edie over to Glock. Back to Edie. You don't want to foul those 2 little guys. I tell you, Edie and Inbody can really shoot the free throws. And another timeout for Wahoo. The Warriors take a timeout with 53 seconds left. 62-58. For those of you just joining us, we want to remind you, we've got one more basketball game to go tonight. Omaha South will meet Lincoln Northeast in the Class A final, and that should be a good one, Leon.
Well, it really should be. I tell you, I watched that ball clubs play last night. Omaha South has tremendous talent on their team. They got a lot of individuals who can do a lot of different things. Lincoln Northeast has some great ball players. They play very well together. It should be an exciting basketball game.
Omaha South and Lincoln Northeast, the game to follow. There you look at the Grand Island Northwest huddle. Coach Dave Marin in his second year with Northwest doing a great job. The Vikings at state for the first time since 1983. This is their first ever trip to the finals. Northwest has a 22-3 record. The Vikings, though, playing good basketball. They won 16 straight. Wahoo has won 63 straight ball games. Right now, the Warriors have the ball and a 4-point lead. 53 seconds left. I'm sure Wahoo or Northwest will want to foul in a hurry.
Yeah, I would look for him to foul him right away.
Glock. Watch out for the 5-second call.
Glyn's got 4 fouls. You don't want him to foul.
They tried to foul Inbody. Inbody's a real good free throw shooter.
There we go.
There's the foul by Chad Gordon. I don't know if that's the guy to foul, though. This Bernie Inbody, I've seen him shoot free throws, and he can knock them down. And the kid has ice in his veins.
Well, with 39 seconds left, you can't be real particular. I think you want to stop the clock and hope he misses. And, you know, even if he makes these, you still got a 6-point basketball game, and that's a long time yet. You can come back.
And that's where the 3-point shot, I think, has made this such a great game. And I love the distance of it. Some people in college and high school even talk about moving it back, and I think it's a great distance. The only thing I don't like about the 3-point shot is I see too many junior high kids going out and they don't work on the fundamentals anymore. All they want to do is dribble between their legs and shoot 3-point shots.
That might be true. I don't know. The 3-point shot is here to stay, and it's great for basketball. It's exciting. And as far as the distance goes, I think it probably is right for high school. I'm not so sure it's right for college. I think maybe it should be moved back to maybe the what they do with the international rules and stuff. But it's exciting. As a coach, I don't particularly like it because it's such a momentum factor, and you work so hard to do other things. But we might as well get used to it because I know it's here to stay.
It can be a blessing and it can be a curse, just depending on which side of the ball you stand in that particular game.
Well, it was a blessing last year for Wahoo, and it could be a curse this year. We'll have to wait and see.
Bernie Inbody will go to the free throw line, a 5'9" junior. He nailed a couple big three-pointers last year in Wahoo's win in the finals over Pius X. I told you the kid can shoot free throws.
Inbody, he's cool as a judge, and I think his father's a judge in Saunders County.
Cool as a cucumber. I'm sure he shot these shots in his backyard many a time. Misses the second, though. It's a 5-point game. Yeah, 63-58. 35 seconds left. Here's Northwest in a hurry. 3-point shot, no good. Hesselgesser has it, throws it back out to Horst. Horst to Olson. Olson to Glines. It's no good. Who's got the rebound? Glock does. And he's fouled.
I'm not so sure if they shouldn't have just tried to take the ball to the basket right there instead of really look for the 3-point play like they were doing.
Yeah, I agree. Jason Glock will go to the free throw line. Smiles on the faces of the Wahoo players on the floor, but they have better memories than what they do to be smiling too much right now. Good basketball game, 63-58.
Oh, it has been a great basketball game. Both teams have really played well.
Glock hits the first. He now has 32 in the game. And if he hits this one, I hesitate to say that it's over, but a 7-point lead with only 21 seconds left would be very tough to overcome.
Well, it's going to be very difficult. Northwest is going to have to score real quick and try and stop the clock, and hopefully it's going to do. Well, it'll take three possessions to beat them that way, and that's tough in 21 seconds.
This is Jeff Small along with Leon Bose, our guest color commentator for the Class B state championship game. I know Dick Jett and I were talking earlier, and we were kind of worried. We like to see close games. That makes for exciting basketball. And we were talking earlier, we were a little worried that this one might be a blowout. And even if Northwest loses this game, the Vikings deserve a lot of credit for playing a smart game, a hard game. They've really fought tough in this game.
Well, they really have. They've just played their hearts out on defense. And, you know, I think they did the things they needed to do to stay in the ball game, and that was make Wahoo work for their shots. And they certainly have done that. You know, I thought before the ball game, if the game was in 60s, they would have a shot, and they've got the game in the 60s, and they still do have a shot. Unfortunately, they're going to have some little small miracle happen to them right here.
Small to looming like a major miracle if Glock makes this free throw. Jason Glock with 32 points. Make it 33, a huge bucket there. Glock has 8 in the fourth quarter. Here comes Northwest against the pressure. Three-point shot is on the way. No good. Edie has it. Edie gives off to Glock. 9 seconds left. Over to Bolin. Bolin is fouled. 1-1. Hesselgesser commits his 5th personal foul. And the Wahoo fans are celebrating. Boy, I love it. Look at this Sports Center, Leon. It is packed to the brim. This is great.
It sure is. I tell you what, I'm almost 44 years old, and I just get goosebumps listening to this stuff, and I'm not even involved in the game. So it is quite an atmosphere they have here at the Sports Center, and this is great for high school basketball.
6 seconds to go. The Wahoo Warriors are going to be state champs in Class B for 1990. It would be the Warriors' 3rd straight Class B crown. And the scary thing, they got a ton of people back next year.
Well, they sure do. You know, it looks like they're going to win 64 in a row, 3 state championships in a row. And I would really be surprised if they don't come out preseason being rated #1 and trying to defend the state title. You might see them here again next year. So
Steve Bolin, 1-1, makes the first. The all-time state record for consecutive wins in Nebraska was set by Philly from 1978 to 1981. That was 78 games. So Wahoo, with 15 straight wins next year, could surpass that record by Philly. 3 seconds, 2, shot by Olson, no good, and Wahoo wins it. Wahoo wins the Class B state crown for the 3rd straight year. The Warriors, a 66-58 win over Grand Island Northwest. And a real credit, the Warrior players are going right over to the Northwest bench because they know that the Vikings played their hearts out tonight.
Well, they certainly did, and they knew they were in a ball game until the last 30 seconds of the basketball game, because Northwest had a shot up until that time, and I think you got to give Coach Marin a lot of credit. He had the boys well prepared, and they had their chances. Unfortunately, some shots didn't drop for them down the stretch, but a great ball game nonetheless.
We will be back with the trophy and medal presentations right after this. The Wahoo Warriors have won the Class B state championship for the 3rd straight year with a hard-fought 66-58 victory over Grand Island Northwest. The closest game of the year for the Wahoo Warriors, Leon.
Well, you know, that's right. And, you know, they were the #1 and #2 team. That's the way everybody in the state expected it to be. And I guess that's what you talk about your matchups, and you're glad to see a great game like this. Both teams will be very proud of the way they played.
The Grand Island Northwest team getting their medals right now.
It's Chad Gordon. His father is the athletic director there in Grand Island Northwest.
Good basketball game by the Northwest Vikings. They have nothing at all to be ashamed of.
They had a great season. Dave Marin, an excellent coach, does a great job with them. I'm sure you'll see these guys back here again someday.
Leading Wahoo in scoring, Jason Glock had 33, Randy Hoffman 13, 7 for Steve Boland, 7 for Bernie Inbody, 6 for Ryan Eady. For Grand Island Northwest, Pat Hesselgesser had 12, Chad Gordon had 11, 9 for James Kuhn, 8 for Steve Horst, 6 for Todd Weiss, 4 for Chris Casper, 4 for Jason Glines, 4 for Keith Olson. As you see, Grand Island Northwest getting its runner-up trophy. And now let's go to our PA announcer, Roy Churchill, for the presentation of the championship medals and trophy.
Now, Coach, will you hand out the gold medals to your championship team members? We'll introduce them one by one. Number 15, Bernie Inbody. Number 20, Joel Wyan. Number 22, Justin Anderson. Number 30, Jeff Simmons. Number 33, Mike DeVark. Number 43, Scott Latham. Number 44, Trent Troline. Number 24, Ryan Eady. Number 34, Troy Johnston. Number 45, Jason Glock. Number 50, Randy Hoffman. And number 55, Steve Boland. The 1990 Nebraska Class B high school basketball champion is Wahoo High School. Congratulations to players and coaches. Let's go.
And we'll be back to look at the final stats and talk with the winning coaches and players after this timeout. The 1990 Class B State Boys Basketball champion is Wahoo. As the Warriors win it for a third straight year, it was 66-58, the final score, Wahoo over Grand Island Northwest in this evening's B Championship final. On the final stat sheet, Wahoo shot 59% from the field, 20 of 34 field goals, to 38% for Grand Island Northwest, 22 of 58. Wahoo made 22 of 32 free throws, 69% to 10 of 14 for Grand Island Northwest, 71%. Wahoo out-rebounded Northwest, 29 to 24. And Wahoo actually had more turnovers, 15 to 10. But Jason Glock scored 33. And the Wahoo Warriors win the Class B state championship 66 to 58. And we'll be back with more from the 1990 State Boys Basketball Tournament after this timeout.
There you look at the Wahoo Warriors, victorious in Class B for the third straight year with a 66-58 victory over Grand Island Northwest tonight. Joining me is Mick Anderson, Wahoo's head foot basketball coach. And Mick, this was kind of a boring game by Wahoo standards.
Well, it didn't come down to any three-point bombs at the end, that's for sure. But my hats off to Grand Island Northwest. I think they got an exceptional ball club, and they're strong inside, they're strong outside, and obviously one of the better teams we faced all year. A great ball club in Northwest.
I think the thing I was maybe most impressed with your team is that you got down to a tight game in the fourth quarter. You haven't had that all season long, and your kids really hung tough.
Well, we've had a few of these players the last couple of years who have been here and been through it, so I think it really paid off, that state tournament experience and some pressure cookers that they've had, and it's a credit to our kids.
Jason Glock makes the coach look pretty good too, doesn't he?
Well, he's made me an awful good coach in the last 3 years. I'm glad I got him one more year.
Now, Mick, tell me, as the pressure mounts, a lot of people are going to be talking about 78, 79 wins in a row next year.
Well, Killer Keene might have something to say about that early next December, so we're not even going to think about that till next year, and we just want to enjoy this. As you well know, there's been a lot of pressure on the kids, and I think it's just time they sit back and really enjoy it.
Okay, what about winning a third straight? Any different? The enjoyment still there?
It's still there. They're all, each one of them's unique. Each one of them's a thrill, and I don't want to get into any comparison. Leon told me, Bose from Syracuse, it's about time I had to coach a game this year, so it's been a lot of fun, each one of them.
Okay, congratulations, Mick Anderson. Third straight title for Wahoo. Now let's bring in some of the Wahoo players. First, Ryan Eady. And Ryan, tell me about going down in the fourth quarter when the game was really tight, about the confidence level of this team. If you guys, you guys really didn't fold at all.
Well, we just thought that if we could get the ball to Jason, we'd be fine. He's our main scorer all year, and he's our go-to guy. So we were just trying to handle the ball good enough and get him the ball and get him the shots.
It's always nice having somebody like that on your team.
Oh yeah, it's always nice. I'm going to be glad next year when he's still around. He'll really help us.
Congratulations, Ryan. Now let's bring in Randy Hoffman. Randy, a senior winning a state championship. Is it any better getting it your final year to get that third straight one?
Yeah, it really feels good going out with a win. I mean, not a lot of kids can't say that. I mean,
are you glad you had a tight game in the finals rather than one of those 30 or 40 point blowouts?
No, not really. I wish we would have won by 30 or 40, but Grand Island did a good job, and they should be proud of their season.
Got a basket of you there underneath, and your team didn't fold. You guys played like a real team all the way down the stretch.
Yeah, we took the open shots, and we used teamwork on defense, and we just held together.
Okay, congratulations. Now we'll bring in Jason Glock. Jason had 33 points for you tonight, Jason. Looked like you really wanted the ball in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I wanted the ball pretty good, and my teammates did a great job of getting me the ball when I was open. And if it wasn't for my teammates, I wouldn't have had any of those points.
It has to feel good to win a tough game in the fourth quarter like that after you've had so many easy wins this year.
Yeah, they were a great team. They played great defense, and they were good shooters, and we were thankful to win this one tonight.
Finally, let's bring in Troy Johnston, one more player. Troy's a senior, and let me ask you, Troy, just going out winning another state championship has to feel pretty good.
Oh yeah, the third one's just all that much better. I wasn't that much part of it last year, but this year I wasn't. It was just great.
Okay, congratulations on a third straight title. It's got to be kind of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
You're going to find a place for all these medals.
Oh yeah, I'll find somewhere.
Okay, congratulations. Now let's bring in Leon Bose, our guest color commentator. Leon, thank you for joining us in this basketball game. And we had a good one where a lot of people thought it might not be, and it sure wound up a dandy.
Well, it certainly was a great basketball game. It really didn't surprise me because Grand Island Northwest has an excellent team and a lot of good athletes and a lot of depth. But Wahoo came through like they've done for 64 times, and it looks like they might do it for a lot more times. But great team, great coach. They certainly deserve the championship.
Well, we sure want to thank you, Leon Bose of Syracuse High School, for joining us on this telecast. Did a great job.
Well, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun, and I just hope I didn't do too bad of a job.
You did a great job.